We have one more individual signed up for the public forum. We do also have a closed session that we're supposed to be entering into, but if you want to come in here, appreciate it. And thank you for your feedback.
I want to actually, I never get to sit when I do this. I want to start off by thanking the sheriff. I don't do that very often, and I told him that personally. I'm pretty critical of government. And
Can you please tell us your name?
I'm TC. So, and I'm not from the county, but I have been working.
TC.
I just go by TC. So, yeah. But I had an issue a while back, and I was blocked by the sheriff's office on social media, and I said something and the sheriff fixed it right away. And I wanted to start off with that one as a compliment. That's customer service. That's taking care of your responsibility. And at no point should any government entity ever be in the business of not doing that. And so thank you, Sheriff. The other aspect that I want to talk to is, for lack of better terminology, is an apparent inability on the part of some people within your county, in particular the county attorney, to communicate decently and properly and in a timely fashion with people who have some legitimate concerns. In one case in particular, we have Pam here, whose business was stripped from her, shut down. There was never any real demonstrable evidence of anything wrong that she did worthy of having her business stripped from her, ever. But yet, and this is not on the county, outside of the involvement of the county social services, her home was entered into illegally by law enforcement without a warrant. And at no point can you ever sign away your right to have a warrant issued. And some of that has to go through the county attorney. Now, I know that Pam has asked numerous times, was there a warrant? Where is that warrant? And as far as I can remember, that's never been answered. And if there wasn't a warrant, then we have an issue. That should concern the county. And if there was a warrant, why was it never presented? And why can't we get that answer now? There was an attempt to have Pam charged with a crime. Decision was made to not do that, but she was never told what that could possibly be. There are some interpretation issues with whether or not that's even required on the part of a county attorney. But decency would say, hey, here's what's going on, and this is why I didn't do it. Sir, you have an obligation to the people of this county to represent them with civility and decency. And I know numerous people, to include Marcy, who lost her son Spencer several years back. Your office has failed. And that is not a reflection on the people of the county, sir. That's a reflection on you and your leadership. And I know that the board has addressed some of that, and I would encourage you to continue to address that. Because that's your duty, that's your responsibility. First and foremost, as you swore that oath, all of you, each and every one of you swore that oath to the Constitution, chiefly, to uphold that, to defend that Constitution. And part of that is defending the people, the Pams and the Marcys. And that means holding other public servants accountable. That means holding your employees accountable, because ultimately they work for everybody in the county. And from there, they actually work for everybody in the state, because there's not a single county entity in the state of Minnesota that doesn't get state dollars. And that means also they work for the entire people of the United States, because there's not a single state or county entity, from attorneys' offices to sheriff's offices to police departments, that don't get federal dollars as well. And that's why I'm here today. Because this is not just about Wabasha County. This is about we the people. And we the people of Wabasha County and the state of Minnesota are not being treated with, I don't even like this term, but with equity and decency by everybody that works for we the people. Some have been receptive, others not so much. And I would encourage you guys to take a look, ma'am as well. I use guys in a very generic way, so
No problem.
I would encourage you to take a look across not just the board, but across all the positions that the board is responsible for overseeing, even those that are elected positions, and reviewing how we're treating we the people, because ultimately, you're not the authorities. Matthew Stinson is not the authority. The sheriff is not an authority. They're servants. Primarily, each and every one of you is a servant, and it's the duty of servants to address properly and respectfully the people for whom they work. And until that changes, we're going to continue to talk about the things that are going on here. And for those of you that are legitimately concerned and care and want to make a difference, we appreciate your support. And we would hope that the rest of you would get on board with that, especially you, Mr. Stinson.
Thank you, TC.